Hey, what's going on, everybody? Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for showing up another day. Here we are. Let's go together. This was a request for all the Isyana fans, so I'm actually pretty curious myself because this is opera. Huh? We know that Isyana has a great voice, but I've only indulged so far in 2-3 of her tunes, the newer ones. Yesterday we did a reaction with that squad, and let's see this one. Please go subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's a lot of stuff on my channel, my music as well, covers, other things, so everything helps the channel to grow. So let's go. There's a lane right. Okay, before we forget, awesome, all the musicians in there, eh? It sounds so good and all sort of always the same, perfect, because those are trained professional musicians. Thumbs up. It's so funny to see her in white, like this, like so angelic. And yesterday, like a little bit more like witch style, and all in black with black lipstick, and the synth in the end, like really rocking out with the long dress and the black stockings. It's like night and day, depends on the time. Awesome. What a voice. Oh my god, that's really high. Oh, following really the dynamic of the orchestra, the composition, the chords, the notes. Wow. I mean, I'm not so technical in the way, but if I'm not mistaken, all the passaggi, like she did, it's like in between legatos and a little bit of staccatos, like there is everything in there, and she just goes. I mean, literally, there probably is some also glissando in there, like really the connection of the notes. I wonder if actually she's into a little bit of head voice, because this sounds so incredibly high. So I wonder if this is falsetto. I'm kind of leaning towards thinking it's falsetto, because also for a female voice that's incredibly high. I don't assume that's chest voice, but you never know. I have to hear also a different version of this. It could be. To me right now it seems like a falsetto. And also the only thing I'm missing a little bit, it's also that's why I want to hear another version, because somehow I feel that there is less resonance than like, I don't know, opera singer, soprano that does this, for 10 years or more, on the stage. Like really the top tier sopranos that go touring the world today. But that said, there's a lot of technique in this. She's just killing it. Oh. We might have found the new So Young, probably. Wow. I mean, I get the sense that probably Isyana comes from a classical background, because this level of skills, this you don't acquire like in 1 month or two. So I assume she's been studying for some time to get this type of performance. I mean, that was really nice. That was really nice. Again, I want to listen to other version of it. It's either the audio or the recording. Sometimes I'm missing a little bit of resonance, but the notes and the sustain and the technique, everything, it's like, wow, Okay, okay, all right, we're gonna do this again right now. Wow. Wow. I said it yesterday. Isyana, she's sort of doing the path, creating a path for a completely new level of female artist. Like this is next level talent. Somebody that comes from, of course, classical background. That she can pull this off. Like with this quality and this versatility, and then she's into kind of pop metal, like sort of fusion of those different styles together, and also being a composer. So combining like all those elements, and you have something a little bit of a hybrid. And of course, this is not super incredibly directly marketable in the Western world, which we are like the music industry is way more shallow in that way. It's just what it is. From hip hop to trap music to pop music, it's quite at the surface. That doesn't mean that there's not a ton of producers and people which they do, they do their job. But this combination of stuff, this kind of kind of hot. It's a rarity, you know. So I also wonder, like, she's really creating the path to something new, and I think it's great because it really offers a peek of what the music industry can be if they're not so concerned about, you know, selling too much the female image and like trying to be too superficial or sort of indulge into the more yeah, like, you know, cursing and using cuss words and just accentuating sexualities in the lyrics, you know, also in a very let's say more trivial way. You know, it works. It grabs attention. It's glamour. You know, it's just creates that whole thing. If you say "wap wap" and "my pussy wet" and all that kind of jazz, you know, like it does work. People resonate. It's almost at the lowest level of effort in terms of yeah, expressing yourself. It's easy, you know, it's easy to go there. But I'm not also not against it, you know. Yeah, it's not that I'm a prude or anything. I see that those things happen and let them happen, and we go through phases. But when I see this, it's also interesting to see a different type of, you know, standard. If you already have seen some of the videos of Isyana, you know what I'm talking about. Man, John, did you write this stuff? Johann Strauss the second? What the heck were you thinking? I'm just gonna write a song and I'm gonna let the female singer do all those kind of stuff and jumps and like runs and glissando and staccato and in falsetto, and I'm gonna put it together in a very like sustained pace, and then we're gonna go soft and we're gonna go high, and then she's gonna sort of mimic a laughter but very high in falsetto. Yes, that's what I want. Man, what were they drinking at the time? Ascensia Absinthe? What is it called? I always forget. Definitely had an influence here. I think I'm a little bit spoiled because, of course, every time I think of soprano, I always have Maria Callas in my ears, you know? Like I hear that tone, I hear that resonance, and of course it's a little bit unfair to anybody because it's freaking Maria Callas, you know? But great, really. She even has time for being playful, you know, so confident she is and she knows she can do it. Wow. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Um, that's a great performance. That's a great performance. I really enjoyed reviewing and reacting to this. Again, Isyana, such a great talent. Shoes! How do they walk on that stuff? Look at that. It's almost as high as the guy on the pedestal here. Anyway, great performance. I just want to be fair because I know that in the opera world, you know, people are extremely demanding. So if there is anybody from the opera world watching this video, probably is like, what are they talking about? I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Isyana could be like a full-on like touring soprano. You know what I mean? Because of course, there is that like opera music. It's really like probably the highest competitive realm for artists and voices. You know, truly just the top. It's basically unfair. You know what I mean? In a sense, because truly like just the top of this guy with a peculiar tone, with that kind of power, with that kind of, you know, like skill set, sorry. And the same thing for women, you know, like that peculiar tone with that peculiar resonance, whatever. Really, they make it the top cut always of those, you know, touring artists, which they're truly like elitist, you know, in that sense. So I don't know if she could do that, Isyana. She definitely performed it admirably, like, you know, with all those passaggi and with all those incredible dynamics, using her head voice, falsetto. I mean, you name it. It's you know, it's something you look up to, you know, to be able to be 10% as good in terms of technique as a singer as this lady right there. So definitely awesome. But again, to be fair, you have to consider that this word, it's the most competitive, hyper competitive ever. You know, like you just have the top, the best of the best of the best of the best, and then on top of that they choose few people, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So that's how hard it is. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. If you want to see more Isyana singing opera, it's also a pleasure for me. Please go subscribe, and I'll see you later in another video. Now it's time for coffee. And yes, it's still cold. So it's like 19th of April with the window open. I just don't want... Actually, some friends of mine from South Italy, they sent a picture this morning. I saw some story on their phone that there was snowing. The south of Italy, in Naples. Can you imagine? It's like people usually in 19th of April, they go to the beach almost. That's crazy. Ciao. Weather report. You also get that here.